And how many have we won straight? Six straight, seven straight. That's hard to do in the NFL. And honestly, I've always wondered how it felt to be on a team that's turned that around like this. And it's a great atmosphere. And it's a tight knit family here, and everybody grinds for each other. Everybody takes care of each other. And I think it's just one of those things where we keep it 1-0, and we kind of just go with the flow of things, and one play at a time. And it's really, truly, honestly, just one play at a time. And you look up and you got big plays being made. And I think that's why we are being able to be as successful as we are right now.
Ryan Clark is here. It's not Philip's fault he doesn't know how many games they won in a row. He just got there in week 12. So
Absolutely.
He has been part of it, and a big part of it tonight was Jalen Waddle. And this is, you talk about rookie touches, and you tie Jerry Rice for the most catches on Monday Night Football as a rookie. There's a lot of ways to frame it. What stands out from your perspective?
Well, Jalen Waddle is on his way to breaking Anquan Bolden's reception record
as a rookie.
Yep. But when you watch the way they get him involved, they use a little window dressing to give him some opportunities to get open. Now, this is going to be your standard flea flicker, right? Mm-hmm. So this dude and that dude, they're going to do what they do. They're going to hand the football off, and they're going to flip it back. And then you're going to get kind of the run-of-the-mill flea flicker route, right? We're going to steady, and then we're going to go up the field here. We're going to steady, and then come across. It doesn't look like it's a ton. It seems like it would be easy to cover. But let's watch this play out with the motion across here by this wide receiver. So as we see him come across, let's watch Marshawn Lattimore. Marshawn Lattimore now opens up, and he gives the inside to Jalen Waddle because they are expanding now, right? Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is going outside. Marshawn Lattimore now knows that he wants to have outside leverage because he has middle of the field help. So as we let this play, right? We get the football here. Let's watch the safeties on both sides of the field, right? We're drawing up here. So now there's going to be no one that can stop Jalen Waddle from getting to the other side of the field. And we're going to see Marshawn Lynch get caught up in the wash. As you let this play a little bit farther, Marshawn Lynch doesn't understand how he wants to play or get over. Easy pitch and catch for the Miami Dolphins. Now, here's what I love. East Studesville, right? George Gotsi, great co-offensive coordinators. We're going to see the motion. And on the motion, Philip Lindsay's going to come here, and then we're going to get Tua Tagovailoa. He's going to lead, and it's going to give you kind of a speed option look. They are not going to block this dude. What they're going to do is they're going to chip him really fast, and then we're going to move up to the second level. He's going to get blocked by the flow of the play. If you let the play go here, let's slow it down a little bit for you. Watch him come off of the block. He flows right past Jalen Waddle because of the flow of Tua Tagovailoa, right, and Philip Lindsay here. This gives him an opportunity to get the space to the other side. And here's where the punt returner comes into play. You see right here, we have a block here, and he's tough enough to get into the end zone and take a hit. Jalen Waddle is an all-around wide receiver. He's a guy who can run the football. He's a guy who can catch the football. But they're doing an excellent job of not allowing people to see him, right? So whether it's a flea flicker or a flea flipper, they're finding ways to get him the ball and disguise it where he gets one-on-one opportunities in the open field, and not many people are fast enough to keep up with him.
And if you're getting the better of a Lattimore, then you're, as a rookie, you kind of get an idea what kind of ceiling we might be looking at here, and they used him a ton in this game. Now, I'll ask you the same question that I asked the fellas when we came on right after the broadcast, Lewis and Brian. Says the Dolphins are a playoff team right now. We know who they play to end their season. It's the Titans who are on the list, and it's the Patriots who are on the list. So a couple of weeks from now, when we get to the seedings of the actual tournament, as everyone in the league seems to call it, are they on that list?
You know what? I believe they are on that list. And now, these are two extremely tough games. We know that they beat the New England Patriots week 1 when it was a fresh Mac Jones, a guy who really didn't understand what he was doing. And they were actually driving to win. And also the Tennessee Titans. I think this team is built to defend both of these teams extremely well. It's going to be, can you protect Tua Tagovailoa? Can you create enough run game? And can you get big plays on the outside? And I believe they can do enough to get one of these last 2 games. Now, if you ask me to be prophetic and pick which one, hell no, I can't pick which one, Scott. But I do know that this team, the way they put together now, the way they've played the last 7 weeks, even though not against great competition, they put themselves in this position, and you have to credit Brian Flores for that.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the box score here. Devontae Parker didn't touch the football in this game. I would think at some point you probably, he's more of a threat to go deep, even though Waddle with his speed could certainly do that. I would imagine offensively, as Brian pointed out, you're not winning with 13 points on offense.
No, absolutely. I think tonight, though, you get in that comfort zone, right? You get in that comfort zone where you tell Tua Tagovailoa, don't mess it up. You don't want to have a turnover. You don't want to have a huge play that allows the New Orleans Saints to score, because you see they can't score on offense, being depleted as they are and having Ian Book as the quarterback. They're going to have to do more. And we've seen weeks past Tua Tagovailoa create some plays down the field explosively, even after having some mishaps.
Yeah, tonight was clearly the type of night where I think Coach Flores understood we probably don't need 28 points to win tonight.
Absolutely.
We got enough once they had when they got the 7.
The pick 6, the defense could have played the entire game without offense and still beat the Saints.
We see this NFC picture now, and this is something we will get into a little bit later, because I have a question specifically about Dallas. I saw you on Get Up today. I was just taking mental notes, just trying to game plan.
Professional.
I saw your outfit too. I said you're gonna wear yours. I'm gonna wear mine.
I love it.
This is like a once a month suit.
But everybody's gonna see it though, and so now you're not gonna be able to wear it again.
I'd say I gotta wait for a while. You can't bring this out next week.
Not the patterns. You can't do patterns like that.
That's what I'm saying. And you look like a Christmas present. You'll be back a little bit later, looking excellent as always. All right, more from the NFC.